Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 10.
It's the first Friday night that bars and restaurants in North Dakota can be open since the middle of March. North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum lifting restrictions that were put in place to protect people from the coronavirus. Although many are staying home, some couldn't wait to get out. Valley News Team's Alexandra Kay joins us from downtown Fargo tonight. Alexandra, is it busy?
Mike, I'm outside of the old Broadway here in downtown Fargo. They're one of the businesses that chose to reopen today, and inside are nearly 24 people enjoying the night. Across the city, parking lots that have been empty for weeks are packed again as the state lifts its restrictions. Bars, restaurants, and gyms were given the choice to open up, and people were eager to get inside, some coming to their favorite spot right at opening. But this is not all without some change. All of the places I visited today are displaying the guidelines provided by the state, keeping capacity at 50%, spacing out the tables inside, and asking their guests that once they do get inside to sit down and not move around. Bargoers I spoke with earlier said they understand the gravity of the situation and do not take the freedom lightly.
It's up to every individual to allow this to keep going because, if we just abuse it, then we're going to go right back into isolation.
It's 50% to what they're allowing as far as people in the building. So we knew that it would be spread out and been cooped up for a few months. Just good to get out of the house.
It works both ways. We can support a local business, we can hang out with our friends, and we can also do our part to do our social distancing.
And one of the things that Governor Doug Burgum asked of those that do choose to go out tonight is that they stay respectful of others and wear a mask. But I have to say, I have seen nearly none of the bar goers wearing masks tonight. But the good news is that most of the bar staff were. Mike?
All right, thanks so much. Earlier today, we asked you on Facebook whether you planned on going out to the bar or restaurant this evening and if you were going to stay home instead. Out of the 10,500 votes, just over 8,000 of you said no way. About 2,300 said absolutely. Schools in North Dakota will not be reopening. Governor Doug Burgum announcing distance learning will continue for the rest of this school year. The state's school buildings have been closed since mid-March, with online classes starting April 1st. The governor said the decision came down to risk for the students, teachers, and communities involved. He also said asking schools to reopen would have put a burden on local school boards to try and figure out how to safely allow students back into the classrooms. After today's school news, the High School Activities Association's Board of Directors announced the remaining postseason basketball tournaments as well as all spring sports and fine arts competitions have been canceled. The association suspended activities March 13th. The North Dakota Department of Health is now reporting 4 more deaths of patients with COVID-19 in North Dakota, bringing the death total in the state to 23. All 4 were residents of Cass County over the age of 70. They had underlying health conditions. 40 new cases have been reported, bringing the total to 1,107. 602 of those cases are active. 594 more cases of COVID-19 reported today in Minnesota. The total positive case now stands at 5,730. Over 3,500 cases are still active. The death toll increased by 28 for a total of 371. 369 Minnesotans are in the hospital, 118 are in ICU. The pandemic didn't stop a local community from paying their last respects to a close friend. A unique funeral was held in Campbell, Minnesota this week to remember the life of a farmer. Ralph Christensen was known to be incredibly active in that community, receiving multiple awards for his work. Church members, neighbors, and farmers rallied with tractors to pay their respects from a distance.
Oh, he was a soft-spoken guy. He always had a quick wit to him. Ralph would do anything for everybody. I mean, he was just a gentle guy.
To see the full video of Ralph's funeral, download the Valley News Live app and click on this story. Some West Fargo Cheyenne High School students say they're upset after getting only a partial refund from a band trip that was canceled due to the coronavirus pandemic. More than 100 students paid about $1,000 each. They were supposed to go to Chicago on March 12th for a 5-day trip. But the students say the West Fargo School District canceled the trip the day before they were scheduled to take off, and they only received a refund of $638.
I don't understand why we're getting like a partial refund for having we're getting nothing out of it.
I struggled for like 6 to 7 months saving up for this just because I don't make that much.
In an emailed response, West Fargo Public Schools says part of the reason they weren't able to get the full amount back for students was because they canceled the day before they were supposed to leave. Another popular summertime event in Fargo has fallen victim to the COVID-19 pandemic. RibFest officials said today that they're canceling this year's outdoor festival at the Fargo Dome. It was scheduled for June. They say it's in the best interest of the 50,000 people who attend or put on RibFest. West Acres Mall has announced that it will be reopening a week from today. The move comes with new protocols for visitors and employees. The changes will include limited mall hours, the closure of high-tech, high-touch amenities, no furniture in the common areas, altered food court operations, a new policy for minors, as well as distancing guidelines. Self-quarantine has led many to clean out closets, garages, and storage sheds. With the delay of spring cleanups, those same people may be looking to unload their unwanted stuff. Thrift stores in the metro are anticipating a surge when they reopen. Valley News Team's Courtney Lockie shows you what they're up against and how they're preparing.
We've all been spending a lot of time in the house, and if you're anything like me, you might have realized it's time to get rid of the clutter and make some room in your closet. It's not unusual for thrift stores like Dakota Boys and Girls Ranch to be buried in work this time of year.
There's probably, 200 donations in a day.
Store manager Alicia Ackerson says they're still buried and have been deep cleaning the store. They closed shop at their location on 52nd Avenue South in mid-March, a few days after their one-year anniversary. They're holding off on reopening. Ackerson says they want to be sure they can keep everyone safe.
I'm sure that we will have a huge surge after we open.
The plan is to open up for donations first. Ackerson saying that's coming soon.
We plan on setting up a table outside. The donors will take one at a time. They'll be able to drop off their items, put them on the table.
But these items won't hit the shelves right away.
Any new donations that we get one day, it'll just sit and be quarantined for a couple days.
And once they sort through spring cleaning madness, they'll open up for retail. Ackerson says employees will be wearing masks and they're asking shoppers to do the same. In Fargo, Courtney Lockie, Valley News Live.
Ackerson adds that they're looking for items that you'd be comfortable giving to your family. If you'd like to stay updated on the store's opening, we've got links attached to our website. Visit the Valley News Live app. Law enforcement across Minnesota are warning of a potentially deadly drug. Authorities say investigators are underway into overdoses linked to small blue-colored pills like these. They're being sold as 30-milligram Percocet or Perc 30s. They vary in shades of blue and have the markings 30 and M on the side. Early tests show the pills contain fentanyl. You're encouraged to report any information regarding this substance to law enforcement. A community is mourning and authorities are investigating after a toddler was found in a creek. Barnes County authorities say the young child went missing in Catherine, North Dakota around 6 o'clock last night and say a search party found the young girl on the other side of town in a creek about an hour ago. Still no word on that missing Grand Forks boy has been found. Police are asking for your help finding Sheldon Ness, who was last seen the past Sunday. If you know of anything, call authorities at 701-787-8000.